of Chris Mutsvanga. He portrayed retired General Chiwenga as someone who is power hungry, but who does not also derive that same power or seek to derive the power from the people. He also asked him to give Emerson Mnangagwa a chance, saying Mnangagwa has a proven track record. And that track record, by the way, is only known to Chris Mutsvanga and Mnangagwa himself. Because to the people of Zimbabwe, there is absolutely no traceable trace record for Emerson Mnangagwa. So he went, he spent some time trying to justify how Mnangagwa's performance gave rise to the so-called Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026, indicating that the Politburo was impressed with the consultative process, characterizing it as a democratic process. Of course, the facts are all out, as I'll be revealing on this live broadcast. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So, Chris Mutsvanga took some time trying to actually denigrate or attack retired General Chiwenga. He characterized him as someone who wants to hijack political power without the support of the people of Zimbabwe, and characterized Emerson Mnangagwa as a supported leader by the people of Zimbabwe, whom he is supported because of the work that he has been doing. That's the impression that he was trying to give during that press briefing. But let's look at that. Has Emerson Mnangagwa developed Zimbabwe? I think that is the very first aspect that we are supposed to look at. And the question is no. Zimbabwe, as much as we have been given figures that now, firstly, they talk of currency, that Mnangagwa has introduced currency. Looking at currency, how many people are using that currency in Zimbabwe? No one is using the currency that is being touted by Emerson Mnangagwa. It is not circulating in the streets of Zimbabwe. People are still using foreign currency. They are trading with US dollars as well as the rands and other currencies. And also he said Mnangagwa produced the best currency in Southern Africa or on the African continent. Is that the truth? There is absolutely no truth in that. Zimbabwe has no best currency compared to other currencies, particularly in Southern Africa. In fact, it has no currency at all. We are told there is a currency, but it's a currency that does not circulate. It's a currency that you cannot take to South Africa or to Botswana or to United States of America, and they will actually accept it and give you their US dollars. There is absolutely nothing like that. It is not performing like the South African rand. It is not performing like the Botswana pula. In fact, the truth is that there is no currency. Let's look at the levels of unemployment. The levels of unemployment are still high. The so-called economic growth of Emerson Mnangagwa has failed to address the levels of unemployment. Let's look at mass migration. We've got xenophobia in South Africa targeting Africans, largely because of the influx of Zimbabweans coming to South Africa in search of greener pastures. That is why we have got xenophobia in South Africa. A point that proves, when Zimbabwe was well, you would not hear of a Zimbabwean planning to migrate to another country. South Africa was not a country to migrate to. To numerous Zimbabweans, when Zimbabweans were talking of migrating, they will be talking about maybe United States of America or Europe, not South Africa. But because there is an urgent need for people to actually migrate. because of lack of employment and a lot of actually economic problems in Zimbabwe. That's why Zimbabweans end up resorting to, migrating to South Africa and Botswana, which are countries that they should not, under normal circumstances, if the economy is performing well, be looking forward to go to. So that's the thing. There is nothing that Mnangagwa has done to improve the economy. I think, if truth be said, the conditions of survival in Zimbabwe are worse. Robert Gabriel Mugabe was better than Mnangagwa. The conditions were better during the tenure of Mugabe than the time of Mnangagwa. If the truth is to be said, not to say Mugabe, but comparing the two, Mugabe was better than Emerson Mnangagwa. Let's look at even the judiciary system, how he has tainted the judiciary system of Zimbabwe. All these issues, if closely scrutinized, they give you a clear picture of the poor performance of the regime of Emerson Mnangagwa. So Chris Mutsvanga trying to portray Mnangagwa as a leader who has performed very well. That performance they talk about, it can maybe be seen by Politburo members, not the people of Zimbabwe. That is the truth and that is the reality. Now, so he says also, Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 has been a product of the people. If for those who cared to follow this channel and the previous channel that was taken down by ZANU PF, you will discover that the person who started CAP 3 is Mnangagwa. After rigging the elections in 2023, the ministers were appointed. After being appointed, the qualification was merely to be able to say Mnangagwa should be the president beyond 2028. That was the qualification. That is where the 2030 slogan came from. It came from the bedroom of Emerson Mnangagwa, and it was used as a mechanism of keeping all the ministers of Emerson Mnangagwa. If you are able to chant the slogan, then I will keep you as a minister. There is a video Mnangagwa saying so, and I think I have played it on this particular channel. So Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 has never been a product of the people of Zimbabwe. That is why they did not want it to go through parliament, because through a referendum. They wanted to actually to bypass the referendum as constitutionally prescribed. The process that must be undertaken is to subject this process to a referendum. They are even afraid at the moment of a secret ballot, because they know their own MPs may actually rebel against them. The CAP3 has never been a product of the people of Zimbabwe, and it will never be a product of the people of Zimbabwe. So what Chris Mutsvanga was just saying today is nothing less than bootlicking Emerson Mnangagwa through propaganda. Everything that he was saying, it cannot be traceable. It's not traceable. Zimbabweans are hearing Mnangagwa is developing country, but they have not seen, they have not tested that development. A country with development, you will see the standard of living improving. A country with development, you will see Zimbabweans resorting to go back to their country and live in their country. You will see the productive sectors booming. You will see actually industries being created, people being absorbed by those industries. And you will see people being having the capacity to buy home, the buying power to buy their homes to buy properties. That has not been happening in Zimbabwe under Emmerson Mnangagwa. Those who buy properties are people in diaspora, those who are able to develop homes. It is people who are sending money, hard-earned cash from the diaspora, Zimbabwean money, Zimbabwean workers. Just imagine military personnel are earning 318 US dollars. They are not happy with this salary. It cannot sustain them. They have debts. They cannot actually take care of their families. Their families are disintegrating because they cannot support their families while it's expected to defend the territorial integrity of Zimbabwe. So Chris Mutsvanga, in an effort to attack Chiwenga, saying Chiwenga has no support, Mnangagwa has outperformed Chiwenga, and as such, if Chiwenga has better ideas, because Mnangagwa has been supported, endorsed by people, he should actually give information about what he intends to do to Mnangagwa, so that Mnangagwa implements it, because he has been chosen by the people. This is hogwash. This is pure propaganda, where it was expected and anticipated, taking into consideration that tomorrow they are taking their evil, they are templing their evil bill to the parliament. We will be watching Ziambi undertaking that process tomorrow, unless something else happens. This is the plan of the Zwikananda, as well as also Emmerson Mnangagwa. The Cape Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 is now being processed in the Parliament of Zimbabwe. We will be watching the processes unfolding, history actually happening, and this is the climax. It's either Zimbabweans are going to celebrate, or they will continue crying. Let's watch as the events unfolds. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's